The Last Lion of Benin,
4.
the true story of Oba Ovonramwen, who defied the British Empire. Join us. Forest of West Africa stood a city of wonders, a kingdom where kings were girls and warriors walked with spirits. This was Benin, and at the heart of its final glory was a lion, a king who defied the British Empire, Oba Ovonramwen Nogbaisi. The Benin Kingdom was one of the greatest civilizations in African history, with walls stretching longer than the Great Wall of China, an organized bureaucracy, and advanced artistry in bronze and ivory. Benin dazzled the world. At its peak, the Oba was the spiritual and political head of the kingdom. He controlled armies, trade, law, and the rhythm of life. In 1888, Ovonramwen Nogbaisi ascended the throne. He was young, powerful, and destined for greatness. Under Oba Ovonramwen, the kingdom expanded its influence. Trade routes flourished. Order was enforced. He was known for wisdom, strategy, and his firm hold over tradition. But in a faraway London, the British Empire saw Benin not as a marvel, but as a target. They wanted palm oil, ivory, and control, and they hated that Benin remained proudly independent. The British sent agents, merchants, and missionaries. But Oba Ovonramwen was conscious. He allowed trade, but never gave up his people's sovereignty. In 1896, a British officer named James Phillips demanded entry into Benin during the sacred Igwe festival, a period when no outsides were allowed. The Oba warned, "Do not come, it is forbidden," but the British thought it was weakness. The British ignored tradition and entered the kingdom with hidden weapons, but the Benin warriors were watching. Ambush, arrows, fire, blood. The expedition was crushed. Only a few survived. To the British, this was an act of war. To the Edo people, it was protection of honor. In early 1897, Britain responded with overwhelming force. 1,200 soldiers, Maxim guns, and orders to destroy. They called it the Benin Punitive Expedition. Benin resisted, but the guns were too many. The sacred city was captured. The palace was burned. Over 3,000 royal artifacts were stolen, many still in European museums today. Oba Ovonramwen disappeared into the forest, evading capture for months. The British hunted him, offering bribes and threats, but he remained elusive. Eventually, to stop the slaughter of his people, the Oba surrendered. He was arrested, his coral-beaded striped, and paraded in chains, a god-made prisoner. The Oba was exiled to Calabar, where he lived under watch until his death in 1914. But he was never broken. In his silence, he remained king. Today, Oba Ovonramwen is remembered not as a defeated man, but as a symbol of African resistance. The lion who roared in the face of empire. Let the world remember, Oba Ovonramwen was not just a king, he was legacy, spirit, resistance, the last lion of Benin Kingdom. Please don't forget to subscribe for more true African stories. Share this to honor the ancestors.